Number 1 and 6 there, fighting for the ball. However, the ball goes to the Tigers. Number 3 with a quick inbound to 5. However, the ball lands back in the hands of the Cobras. The ball is quick to move to the sides of the Cobras. And number 7 with a basket for the Cobras. There has been a timeout called by one of the coaches between the two teams. So far, the game has started in a very steady pace. Both teams have shown that they are ready for this game. That was a very quick timeout, and the game is ready to start again. The ball goes to the Tigers, and the Tigers make a quick inbound. Interception there by one of the players of the Cobras. However, the ball does get intercepted a little bit there, but the Cobras still manage to get the ball back in their hands. Many attempts have been made by the Cobras for a basket. However, many have not been successful so far. And finally, number 12 of the Cobras makes yet another basket for her team. Number 1 of the Tigers quickly moving the ball across the court to their side of the court. However, a long pass there goes out of bounds because the teammate of one of the Tigers lets the ball slip through their hands. A quick inbound to number 5 of the Tigers. The Tigers quickly moving the ball across the court, trying to find a space through the defense of the Cobras. However, the Cobras are showing great defense so far. Number 6 of the Cobras slowing down a little bit, trying to find an opening, a space, and she passes to number 8, and number 8 seizes an opportunity to try and squeeze through the defense of the Tigers, however, gets fouled. The ball is still in the hands of the Cobras. That was a beautiful play there, however, number 8 cannot execute. Luckily for the Cobras, number 14 has been fouled and is going for her shot attempt. The first one unfortunately doesn't make it in through the hoop. Bit of motivation there for number 14 by one of her teammates, hopefully giving her exactly what she needs to make the second one count for her team. The second one makes it through the net, ladies and gentlemen. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers, and the Tigers are quick to move into their offense positions. However, the Cobras are showing great defense. Number 3, letting the ball slip out of her hands, leading the ball out of bounds. Number 6 finds herself alone under the hoop. Unfortunately, doesn't make a basket. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers. Number 5 quickly moving through the court. However, stumbles there a little bit, and the ball goes out of bounds and back in the hands of the Cobras. And a 3-pointer there by number 8 of the Cobras. A beautiful play there by the Cobra players. Sorry, the Tiger players. Unfortunately, they cannot execute. The Cobras are moving the ball very quickly across the court, making every opportunity count, every open space, and they're taking advantage of every open space between the defense of the Tigers. Number 2 with an opportunity to make a 3-pointer as she was wide open, however she cannot execute. Number 10 of the Tigers has been fouled by, I believe, number 12 of the Cobras. Number 10 is going for her first shot attempt. And there seems to have been a sub in there of number 10 and 5 for the Cobras. The first one for number 10 of the Tigers doesn't make it, unfortunately. Number 10 has the ball in her hands, and it leaves her hands. Unfortunately, the second shot doesn't make it in. Luckily for the Tigers, they are able to rebound the ball, leading into a basket made there by number 2 of the Tigers. Number 8 of the Cobras there was fouled after attempting a basket. The basket, however, was unsuccessful. Luckily for number 8, she has an opportunity to make it back. Unfortunately for her, the first one doesn't make it through the hoop. The second one goes up and it bounces off the rim and directly into the hoop, ladies and gentlemen. An amazing block there by 8. Unfortunately, her attempt for a basket doesn't make it through. 3 going for a layup, and it makes it right through the net, ladies and gentlemen. And that is yet another basket for the Tigers. There was a foul there on number 14, and the ball is back in the hands of the Cobras. Hopefully they can make this trip to their side of the court count, leading to a 2-pointer maybe. A timeout has been called by one of the coaches, and the score is currently 11-4 for the Cobras. Both teams seems to be calm, which is a good attitude for a match like this, as it is the final playoffs for the GBL. And we are into the second quarter. A very quick inbound there by the Cobras. Sorry, the Tigers. However, a whistle seems to have been blown by one of the refs. The first one for the player unfortunately doesn't make it in. Number 6 with the second shot, and it makes it right through the net, ladies and gentlemen. The ball is back in the hands of the Cobras, and they are quick to react, moving the ball quickly across the court. Number 8 there trying to find an opening. However, she cannot due to the great defense of the Tigers. And yet another basket there for the Cobras by number 8. A great interception of the ball there by number 5. Unfortunately, her basket attempt does not go through the net. Number 3 currently with the ball. Passes to 10, and 10 lets the ball slip right through her hands. Number 14, who is inside, gets past the ball and attempts to make a basket. However, the basket does not make it through. Luckily for her, she does get fouled, meaning that she can hopefully make those 2 baskets in order to make up for the basket that she just missed. The first one, unfortunately for the Cobras, does not make it in. Second one goes up and it bounces off the rim and directly into the net, ladies and gentlemen. Number 10 currently with the ball, fiercely moving the ball across the court. Unfortunately, it gets intercepted by one of the players of the Cobras. The ball is back in the hands of the Cobras. And number 10 there with a 3-point attempt, and it makes it right through the net, ladies and gentlemen. Number 8 though with a great interception of the ball. However, she lets the ball slip out of her hands. Luckily for number 8, as she was trying to make a basket for her team, she did get fouled. The first one goes up and straight through the net, ladies and gentlemen. The second one goes up and unfortunately it doesn't make it in. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers, and there is a quick inbound there to number 3. Number 3 with a long pass. However, number 10 intercepts the ball, leading the ball back in the hands of the Cobras. However, the ball does slip the hands of the Cobras back in the hands of the Tigers. Number 3 maneuvering her way through the defense of the Cobras. And 14 and 1 there seem to be fighting for the ball. 14 and 11 seem to have been fighting for the ball. However, the Tigers come out on top. The ball almost got away from the Cobras there. However, number 7 was able to save it. Number 5 with a basket attempt, however, it bounces off the rim and into the hands of the Tigers. The Tigers are quick to move. Number 3 maneuvering her way through the court, dodging the players of the Cobras. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers, and the Tigers seem to lose the ball there. Number 6 with a long pass to 8. 8 hopefully makes it count, and with a basket attempt, however, is unsuccessful. Yet again with another foul, making a basket. The first one unfortunately doesn't make it through. It seems to be pulling in the fouls for her team, and she's making them count as the second one went right through the net. There seems to be a lot of people stuck on the side of the Cobras, as the ball seems to always be stuck on that side of the court. And a quick pass there to number 1 of the Tigers. However, the ball slips the hands of the Tigers back into the hands of the Cobras. 8 taking the opportunity to make a basket. Unfortunately, it bounces off the rims into the hands of the Tigers. And a basket there by number 11, I believe. No, sorry, number 7 of the Tigers. Number 11 there guarding the ball as best as she can. However, the ball still lands back in the hands of the Cobras. That was a great play by the Tigers. Unfortunately, number 3 did not make the basket, which was planned there. Number 6 of the Cobras has been fouled by one of the players of the Tigers and is going for her first shot attempt. The first one goes right through the net, ladies and gentlemen. The second one goes up and unfortunately bounces off the rim. Luckily for the Cobras, there is a rebound there made by one of the players, and the ball is still in their hands. Number 14 is abruptly stopped there by number 1. But luckily the ball is still in the hands of the Cobras. Number 6 with a shot attempt, and that is a 3-pointer, ladies and gentlemen, for the Cobras by number 6. Number 1 trying to squeeze between 6 and 14, but gets stopped. A turnover there, giving the Cobras an upper hand in the last few seconds of the first quarter. And that is the end of the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Cobras are currently leading. The score is 27 to the Cobras. Cobras they are conferring between one another, strategizing for the third quarter. Both teams seem to be really going at it, discussing what their action for the third quarter is. So far, it has been a bit of an intense game, as the scores are relatively low. The Cobras are at 20 and the Tigers are at 7, though both teams are calm, which is a great attitude to have when going into a match like this. both teams have made their way back onto the court, and the Tigers are starting us off for the third quarter. Number 6 there with a quick reaction after stealing the ball from the Tigers and making a basket for her team. There was a long pass made there to number 10. Unfortunately, I believe the ball slipped through her hands. The Cobras are clearly trying to find an opening through the defense of the Tigers. Clearly, whatever their coach told them seems to have been working because they have a different defense position. And the shot clock just went off there, leading the ball back in the hands of the Tigers. And number 3 lets the ball go out of bounds and directly into the hands of number 8 of the Cobras. Number 1 trying to find an opening, and she does. However, she cannot capitalize on that opening and cannot make the basket. Number 8 with yet another attempt, unfortunately doesn't make it through. Number 7 with yet another attempt, unfortunately cannot make it through. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers, and the Tigers are moving the ball quickly across the court. However, there is a steal there by number 12, I believe, of the Cobras. Whatever the coaches have told their players seems to have worked as the ball is bouncing in and out of the players' hands. Many attempts have been made. However, unfortunately for both teams, many of those attempts have been unsuccessful so far. The ball back in the hands of the Tigers. Number 3 manages to slip through the defense of the 2 Cobra players. And number 6 currently with the ball. A quick inbound there to number 14. 14 thinks that she has an opening. Unfortunately, she does not. She passes to yet another player, leading the ball into the hands of number 7, and number 7 making it count with a basket for her team. A long pass to number 2, and hopefully the Tigers can make this trip count. Unfortunately, number 2 lets go of the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds and directly into the hands of the Cobras. Number 6 there passing to 12. 12 with yet another shot attempt. However, it doesn't make it through the net. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers, and hopefully they can make this opportunity count. Number 1 trying to squeeze through the defense of number 7, unfortunately cannot. The ball does get intercepted by number 8, however, and number 8 makes yet another basket for her team, the Cobras. a great steal there by number 6. Unfortunately, that long pass goes a bit too far and number 8 cannot catch it. Some great defense there by the players of the Cobras as they are trying to stop the ball from going any further than the half-point mark. Number 6 there, squeezing through the defense of the Cobras. Unfortunately, her basket is not successful. The ball is back in the hands of the Cobras, and number 6 is quickly moving the ball across the court with a jump shot attempt. Unfortunately, it doesn't make it through the net. The Cobras are currently leading as the score is 25-7, and it is a great lead. However, the Tigers still can catch up if they show much harder work. Number 5 there with a basket attempt, however it lands in the hands of number 12, and number 12 goes straight to her hoop and makes the basket for her team. There was a foul there on number 5 of the Tigers, and the coach of the Cobras seems to have subbed in number 10, I believe. Number 5 is making her first shot attempt after being fouled by one of the players of the Cobras. The first one goes up and unfortunately hits the backboard and doesn't make it through the net. The second one goes up and unfortunately doesn't make it in. Luckily for the Tigers, number 2 manages to rebound, giving number 6 an opportunity to make a basket for the Tigers. Great interception there by number 3 of the Tigers, and yet another basket by number 6. That is 2 consecutive baskets for the Tigers. Number 10 quickly moving through the defense of the Tigers and making another basket for the Cobras. There was a long pass there to one of the players of the Tigers. However, the ball goes a bit too far and it lands out of bounds. The ball is back in the hands of the Cobras. And number 7 does not make the basket attempt. Number 14 going for her first shot attempt after being fouled by one of the players of the Tigers. Unfortunately, she doesn't make it in. The second one goes up and unfortunately doesn't make it in. Luckily for the Cobras, number 8 manages to rebound the ball, passes to 6, 6 to 7, 7 with a 3-point attempt. However, it doesn't make it through the net, unfortunately. Many attempts there by the Cobras, but the ball still lands back into the hands of the Tigers. Number 8 there with a ball interception. However, she cannot execute the basket. The coach of the Tigers has subbed out to number 3. And an attempted inbound there to number 5. However, a block was made by one of the COBRAS players. With only seconds left on the clock, number 3 tries to make a basket for the Tigers. However, doesn't make it. Sorry, it was number 10 trying to make the basket before the clock runs out, and number 10 seems to have been fouled. The first one goes up and unfortunately doesn't make it through the net. The second one goes up and it bounces off the rim and directly into the net, ladies and gentlemen. That is yet another basket for the Tigers made by number 10. We are into the fourth quarter and the two teams are making their way back onto the court. The COBRAS are currently leading as the score is 29-12 to the COBRAS. And an inbound there by number 8 to start us off with the fourth quarter. Number 6 passing to 14. Clearly they're trying to find an opening. And number 6 takes the opportunity to make a three-pointer for her team. Though the Tigers are quick to react as they are ready to go into their offense positions. And a great save there by number 6 of the Tigers. Great defense shown there by number 8. However, the shot clock goes off and the ball is back in the hands of the COBRAS. Number 6 with the ball. She passes to 8 to 5. There is a lot of movement of the ball here. And number 6 with yet another 3-point attempt. However, this one does not go in. The ball bounces off the rim and directly into the hands of the Tigers. However, the Tigers do not take this opportunity to at least make another 2 points for their team. Number 8 has yet again been fouled by one of the players of the Tigers and is going for yet another shooting foul. The first one goes up and unfortunately doesn't make it through the net. The second one goes up and unfortunately doesn't make it through, giving the opportunity for the Tigers to rebound. However, the Cobras still managed to steal the ball. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers, and they are quickly moving the ball to their side of the court. Number 6 quickly moving the ball. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers and they are quick to react. However, number 14 manages to steal the ball from the Tigers. Number 5 with a shot attempt, unfortunately doesn't make it in. Number 6 with yet another 3-point attempt. Unfortunately, this one doesn't make it in. Number 10 finding a space and optimizing it, using it to make it another basket for the Cobras. Unfortunately for the Cobras, number 10 did get fouled, meaning that she will be going for a shot attempt. The first one goes up and directly through the net. The Cobras are fighting to keep their lead, but however, it is still a very strong lead. The Tigers will have to work very hard to try and catch up. A 3-point attempt there by number 5, unfortunately, doesn't make it in. A great pass there from 5 to 8, and 8 can execute, making a basket for the Cobras. Number 5 maneuvering her way through the defense of the Cobras, and luckily for her, she did get fouled, meaning that she will make this one count. Oh, sorry, it was just a side ball. But it still gives the Tigers an opportunity. The ball somehow manages to land in the hands of the Cobras yet again. game has slowed down a little bit. You can clearly see that the players are tired and exhausted. However, they still play. Number 14 has been fouled yet again, and the first one goes up and unfortunately doesn't make it through the net. Bit of motivation there by her teammates. The second one goes up and unfortunately doesn't make it through. The ball is back in the hands of the Tigers, hopefully giving them an opportunity to make a basket since there is only a few minutes left on the clock. A long pass there from a player to number 8 of the Cobras, and they capitalize on that and they make it another basket for the Cobras. Number 6 with a basket for the Tigers, hopefully giving the Tigers some confidence to continue with the fourth and final quarter of the match. Number 14 with a shot attempt there, however, goes a bit too high and lands in the hands of the Tigers. Luckily for 8 there, she did get fouled, giving her an opportunity to make up that basket that they missed. The second one goes right through the net, ladies and gentlemen. The second one goes up and unfortunately this one doesn't make it in. The Tigers capitalize on that mistake, rebounding the ball. However, they manage to lose the ball and the ball lands back in the hands of the Cobras. And a basket there by number 6 for the Tigers. Number 14 trying to squeeze through the defense of the Tigers, fortunately gets stopped, leading the ball back in the hands of the Tigers. Number 3 with a 3-point attempt, unfortunately doesn't make it right through the net. Unfortunately, it flies right by the net. There's only a few seconds left on the clock, but every second counts. Though the Cobras are leading, they're still playing with all the strength that they have. Number 8 has yet again been fouled, and the first one makes it right through the net. The second one goes up and unfortunately bounces off the rim. Luckily, number 8 can steal the ball. Number 6 with a 3-point attempt, and unfortunately it doesn't make it in. And that is the final blow and the final buzzer for the match. That is the end of the fourth quarter. The final scores are 40-16 to the Cobras.
Somebody lost a card. Shama Zike. If anyone remembers who lost a card,
did end up winning.
All right, good game, coach. I see Amantamazane the Girls have secured their win and the title of the season. How do you feel about their performance today?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud. They did their best, and we were only had 7 players, but they did their best. I'm so proud of them.
Do we see better for them next season?
Oh, of course, yes. They are doing great, and they are still gonna play great. They are the seniors of Ekurhuleni.
All right, thanks very much. And I'm here with
Asanda.
good game from you guys. You've secured the title for the season. How do you feel about the girls' performance and with the coach being on your side?
We really did good, but we didn't get time to practice a lot. But we had trust in our team and we had communication together.
Do we see this carrying on next season as well?
Yes.
All right, no, thank you very much. Enjoy your day.